Hello, 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 my divas. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. I have missed you all too. Yes, I have. Hello. It jumped so fast. Oh, my goodness. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome. Let me see. Yes, Miss Tracy, I'm going to try to. Hello, divas. Welcome. Hello. Thank you, Miss YouTube on Fire. Thank you so much. Hello. Thank you, you all. I missed you all too. Hello, hello. I feel so bad because I tell y'all I'm coming and then things come up. I am here. I am here. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Hello, hello. Thank you so much, you all. Hello. Yes, yes. We have some things to get into this evening. Um, y'all are coming in. I see you coming, Divas. I see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Miss Shirley. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. Yes, I miss you all too. Welcome. Thank you, thank you. Well, I'm gonna get into it, and people can come in. While you all are coming in and getting settled and situated, I want you all to know that I genuinely appreciated all the love that I was shown on my birthday. It meant the world to me. I love you all for that, and I really, really appreciated it. For the ladies, the ones who sent monetary love, I did recognize it, and I sent the heart, and I appreciate you all too. You didn't have to do it, but you did, and I thank you. Thank you. To the ones who have bought a membership from me, I appreciate you all as well. Thank you. Thank you. I decided to um, do my memberships now. I know you all were asking. I turned back on my stuff. So, because now that, the holidays are coming up, I'll have a little extra time with school being not so busy with a lot of breaks during this time of year. So, I'll be able to come a little more often and bring a little more content. And I just didn't want y'all to have memberships and me not being able to, come too often. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Welcome to all the divas that are just coming in that did not hear me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Miss Geraldine, actually, I think if you go out to my main page, it's a sign that says join. And if you do not see that, I made a post in the community tab and it has the link to it. You can just click on the link. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Elsie. Thank you and welcome, Miss Faye. Thank you. Yes, Nikki. Welcome. Thank you so much, Miss Virgo. So what I wanted to come, thank you, Miss Janice, for understanding. Thank you. What I wanted to come and say tonight, I haven't been able to see a lot of what's going on, but I did take a few days and I went back over some things. And I feel the biggest thing that needs to be spoken on is the narratives that are being painted. Because I believe if we have some clarification to these narratives, then a lot of this stuff can stop because it is so sad to me. I can't say any word but sad. It's very disheartening to see us women act like this towards each other. So sad. So I went through and I watched videos and I'm going to try to rewrite some of these narratives that have been painted tonight. Some of them will be rewritten with facts, and some of them will be rewritten with common sense. Hello, hello. Welcome, Divas coming in. Welcome. Welcome. Hello, hello. Yes, y'all see Nikki. Say hello, Nikki. Miss Bridget, I'm not for sure. I don't think you don't have to have the Cash App or Zelle. I think it's a credit card that you have to do. But if you can't, I totally understand and it's totally fine. It's not a requirement to be here. You being here is appreciation enough to me. Please understand that. Nobody, please, no one feel any way obligated to do anything over here. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Hello, Miss Effie. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you to everyone getting the membership. Thank you, Divas. I appreciate you all. Hello, hello. Thank you, Miss Vanessa. Hello, hello, Divas coming in. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to get into it in a minute. I just want to make sure I say welcome to majority of everyone coming in. Yes. Okay, so for you all who just came in and didn't hear me, um, we're going to talk. Hold on one second. Miss Tracy. Tonight we're going to talk about the narratives that are being painted across the YouTube streets. And in my opinion, the narratives that are being painted is the reason why this foolishness cannot die down. Hello, hello. So tonight I'm going to be bringing the narratives up. I'm going to bring the facts to the narratives, or I'm going to bring the common sense to the narratives. Thank you so much. I have missed you all as well. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Miss Bridget, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Bridget. Oh, you ladies are just too much. The love that y'all show is just overwhelming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Shamika, for saying that. Thank you. Okay. We have a nice little mountain here. So I'm going to get into it so we are not here all night. Spend as much time as I can. I want to make this PSA as well. Now, we all know that the narratives that are being painted are pretty much all being painted about Miss Ross. So, for anyone who is here in the chat that thinks that I am taking up for Miss Ross, defending her shenanigans that y'all say she has going on and everything, you can feel the way you want to feel. But I don't believe this live will be for you because I am going to speak on the narratives that are being painted on Miss Ross. So you can feel free to leave if you do not want to hear, because that's what I will be talking about tonight. I honestly think it will help to clear up a lot of things going on in these YouTube streets. The chats are the main reasons why this stuff will not die down. I see people taking the narratives, and some things you don't know no better. I can say that. Some things is just common sense. And for you grown women that run from chat to chat with the narratives that you don't even stop to think if they make any type of sense before you go and spread it, is the reason this foolishness between us women, grown women, is being is at the point it's at now. It's absolutely unnecessary, uncalled for, ridiculous, and it almost makes you not want to come up on here and be a part of it. But if I can shed light on something and try to make some sense out of it, that's what I'm going to do. No, I'm not perfect. Never said I was. No, I don't know everything, but I have a great deal of common sense and I use it. Some things just don't make sense whatsoever. And for you all to gang up on her the way you have over things that some of the things have been already spoken upon, the correct order, and the rest of the stuff is fabricated, and it absolutely makes no sense whatsoever. So maybe if you hear it from someone else, it might make a little more sense. Thank you so much, Miss Thomasina. Thank you, Miss Shashay. Yes, yes, Kissed by the Sun. Yes, yes. It just it's crazy. It just I mean, like I said, I haven't seen a lot, but just a little bit I've seen, and I'm like, oh my God, because I've been out of the loop for a couple of days, well, about a week or so, and I just, oh my goodness, it's hurtful that we are tearing each other down the way we are. It's just hurtful, especially being as though we were on this side all once a you know sat with each other and loved on each other and respected each other. And now our little section that I used to speak so highly of is torn apart as well. And it shouldn't be like this. Everybody should be able to. Let me say this first. So I heard people saying, "Oh, y'all should stay out of it." But okay, my thing to staying out of it. I don't understand the question. Why did you get in it? Why are you in it? What makes you have a right to say anything? First of all, when I signed up for YouTube, it was to be a reaction channel. So anything that's going on, good or bad, if I feel like I need to react to it, I'm going to react to it as well as everybody else. It's just, I mean, that's just what it is. If we stop and think about it, let me use this right here. We have nothing to do with what's going on with the Latruths, but yet everybody and their mama has made a page or have a page and they speak on it. And they have nothing to do with it. This is just what social media is. Exactly. It's not wrong for you to voice your opinion on anything. Nobody has a right to tell somebody, oh, if you voice your opinion, then I'm going to retaliate. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You can't tell somebody, you can't pick and choose what somebody talks about, or you can't pick and choose how somebody feels about a situation. You cannot pick and choose who you let talk about something and then who you don't let talk about it. Because everybody has had their mouth in the stuff that's going on, whether they were speaking positive or they were speaking negative. Everybody has spoken on the problems at hand. Yes, Miss YouTube on fire is ridiculous. Everybody has spoken on it, whether good or bad. But the only people that are being praised for speaking on it is the people that are speaking the negative on the next person. But what about the positive people are speaking on the situation in itself as a whole? Yes, Miss Meta, it's gone too far. Too far. Too far. And like I said, I've been out the loop for a minute, but just peeking in here and there when I can was enough for me. It was too much. Too much. And like I said, the stuff that I was hearing was narratives that were being painted, but the narratives I had already heard before they even were painted, and they were told in Miss Raw's truth. And then the rest of the narratives are being painted. Absolutely, I don't know if they're true or not, but to me, Miss D, they make absolutely no sense. So I'm going to speak on the ones that make absolutely no sense to me, and maybe y'all can help me to make sense out of it if it makes sense to you all, because it damn sure don't make sense to me. Welcome to everyone coming in that I may have missed. Welcome, Divas. Come on in. Come on in. Thank you for being here. Welcome. Yes, Nick, I believe so. Like I said, I didn't even want to turn I've been monetized for months and Sundays now, but I turned it off. I turned it back on so I can get my Divas their membership badges that they asked me for. Because it doesn't make any sense. It's not about the money. You don't have to look for money just to tear somebody down. We could be a power force over here in this sector on both sides and be running up. YouTube would be paying us so much money. Look how many people it is in this sector on both sides getting a check from YouTube. If everybody would just stop and do exactly what they came here for, not tearing each other down, fighting with each other. I've never seen reaction channels go after reaction channels. This is the first sector for this. And in my opinion, they are sitting back laughing at us because we are a joke. At this point, we're a joke. And as adults, it's very disheartening, very much so. Yes, kissed by the sun. Everybody came doing their own thing. Just do your own thing. Whatever you came here for, go back to doing that and leave this mess alone. Because people are out here now talking about hurting each other, pulling up, running up, doing this, doing that. And why? Why? Because you don't like what somebody said? You don't have a right to tell somebody what to say. Y'all don't have a right to say who you hate because you can't hate somebody that you do not know. What is it to be jealous of the next person? We don't know these people in real life. We only know what somebody tell us. We don't know how people are living in real life. We don't know what people have in real life, what they're driving, what they're eating, what they're sleeping on. We don't know none of that. For everybody to always talk about somebody jealous of what? We don't know each other to be jealous of anything. And I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I would never be jealous of someone because God said, what's for you is what's for you. And if you don't have it, you just don't have it. Maybe it ain't for you. I cannot get up and walk around all day and go outside my door and walk outside and say, oh my God, the next person walking down the street, I hate them. How? I don't know them. Yes, it's a freedom of speech, Miss Stephanie. Yes. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. If you don't like it, just don't like it. But like I said, the little bit of stuff I've seen, y'all are hating. I don't know. You can't say you hate Miss Ross because you don't know her. So it's y'all are going on emotions and not common sense. You're only going on what you know about her, but you don't know anything about her. You only know what somebody is saying about her. If it didn't come from the horse's mouth, how can you run with it? Whether she's lying or not, if she never came on out on this platform and told us any more about her, then that's her business. Who are we to paint pictures of this lady and run all amok all through this YouTube acting like this? It is defamation of character. You cannot sit on here and defame these people like this. You can't. Just like it was so sad. I heard somebody and they were, oh my God, I'm not gonna repeat it because it was hurtful. But the stuff that was being said about Fee, Fee could get up there right now and sue every last one of y'all for putting that shit on her that y'all said that y'all think she has because she's on dialysis. How dare you? How dare you? You take dialysis and run with it and say she has some horrible disease? That's what caused her to get on dialysis? Are you serious? I had a grandmother and an uncle on dialysis. Both of them passed away being on dialysis because theirs was so bad and they were so much older when they got it that they had to have their leg amputated. My grandmother had both of them amputated. My uncle had one. My grandmother's, after hers were cut, she didn't survive long. After my uncle's was cut, gangrene set in his because they wasn't taking care of him and he passed away from it. So I can't listen to foolishness like that. But when I heard that going around, I'm like, it this can't be real at this point because it could be any one of us today or tomorrow. Excuse me, diabetes run in a lot of the African American culture. It's in our culture. We don't know if we're gonna wake up tonight. I mean tomorrow with it or not. You don't know. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Instead of being kind to her and letting her have her opinion if she wants to, because she's entitled to it. And I'm speaking of feet. She should not get tore down about her health because she had an opinion. Hold on, I see somebody saying, hold on, where'd they go? Let me see. I don't see that person. Okay, yes, I do. Have a good night. No, and no, like I said, it doesn't matter whether she speaks or not. To speak on someone's health is absurd. She has a right to her opinion. I don't care what nobody say. Everybody has a right to their opinion. If you don't like it, just don't listen and keep it moving. That's in everyday life. Somebody is always going to have an opinion of you. We deal with that in real life outside of this internet. Everybody ain't for you. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Everybody ain't gonna love you. Everybody ain't gonna want to be your friend. Everybody ain't gonna want nothing to do with you. It's life. It's life. Yes, Miss Shannon. It's life. Okay. Yeah, I can see some of the stuff because you know how I am, but I don't see it all. So whatever I don't see, I'll go back when I get off and block these people because it's unnecessary. See, this is the problem. Y'all don't want to hear the truth, so you rather sit up here and criticize somebody. Oh, but she ain't innocent. I'm not speaking on who's innocent, who's right or wrong, because like I said, everybody has a right to their opinion. Who am I? The hell am I to tell somebody what to say or what to think? But for her to have to be attacked about her health, you've gone too far because it could be you tomorrow. It could be you tomorrow. It runs in our families in the African American culture. Sorry to tell you. And it has nothing to do with, oh, if you catch, let me just say it, HIV, then you're going to be on dialysis. Bullshit. Bullshit. Now, whoever came up with that, I pray for your soul because that's sick to even think of anything like that and for it to be running around on these channels on YouTube about that girl. Y'all done put that bad juju out on her and she can sue every last one of y'all that have put that out on her. Do y'all know that people who are out here who are living with AIDS or HIV and they don't tell somebody they have it, that's considered attempted murder on the person and they could go to jail for it for not even speaking on it. So how dare y'all say that this woman is running around with this? Really? Yes, Fee. I'm sorry, I didn't know you didn't know. Yes, ma'am, baby. They said it. So I heard it. They was over there on CC's channel talking about it. Yes, ma'am. And I didn't know that you didn't hear it. Yes. Now, how far will you go? How low will you go? How low will you go? And then, like I said, where I heard of that, for the person to even have been talking about that, and no, I'm not giving her a pass at this present moment. No, because she's an older woman. I'm sorry. Because it's just some things you do not do and say. You're in your own situation over there. How dare you speak ill on somebody else when your situation is bad at this present moment? How dare you speak on someone else? You should be somewhere praying on your situation, not praying on someone else's downfall. Oh, Miss Rhonda, you did? And see, I don't go over there anymore. I don't watch her at all anymore. I was told to get the hell on, and that's exactly what I did. I just know they were all in CC's chat saying it. I didn't know where it came from, but it was repeated. Yes. Yes, I said, oh no, no. But see, this is how ignorant. I'm gonna use that word because it's ignorant. That's how ignorant people are. Do your research. That doesn't just because she's on dialysis, it did not have to come from that. Who I know, Fee, I'm sure, baby, but I had to speak on it because I could not believe it. Where do you come up with your analogies at? Where do you come up with this stuff at? That's where it come from. Where? Because nowhere in no book does it say that's where you get on your kidney failure comes from that. Yes, it is a part of it when you have that disease, but it doesn't mean that's why you got it. Oh, see, Miss Toyetta, that's what I was just telling Miss What's her name. I don't know what she says over there because I don't visit her channel anymore. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't go over there at all. I couldn't tell you what she says over there. Exactly, Miss Leslie. My grandmother didn't either, nor did my uncle. Yes, Fee, I totally understand. But I'm just letting them know that they keep on. Let them keep on. Yeah, thank you, Miss Misunderstood. Yeah, if y'all can refrain from the names, I appreciate it. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Miss Celeste, sorry that you had to go through that. Yes. And that's where my grandmother's came from too, actually, Miss Celeste. Her high blood pressure. Thank you, Miss Beverly. Thank y'all for the love towards Fee. Thank y'all. Yes, it does. It definitely needs to be stopped. It needs to just cease, just die out. Everybody go back to what they were doing from the get go, and it'll all stop. The chat needs to stop running from page to page, stirring up mess. Because if you don't have the facts, then don't go run and tell me something. Because for me, and me, the same thing. For you divas that's sitting in here listening to me right now, y'all are listening, but y'all don't have to follow anything I say. You can go check it out for yourself. But I promise you that if I don't go and hear from the horse's mouth or do research on it myself, I will not come over here on this platform and misinform y'all on anything. But like I said, my mouth ain't no prayer book for y'all either. And if y'all need to follow up to make sure that Miss D is correct, then that's exactly what you do. But I'm not coming over here stirring up nothing. Y'all have never once heard me talk bad about anybody. I don't talk about people. I speak on the stuff that's being said out of people's mouth and the things people are doing. But I've never once called anybody out their name. I don't call them ugly. I don't say they have this, they have that. I don't do that. And they can go back to every video I've ever put up here and know that I don't do that. Never have, and I never will. I don't do that in real life, and I'm not gonna fake for the internet. Thank y'all. Yeah, it's just sick. Yes, Miss Vicky, me too. I said, oh my God. Thank you, Miss Vanessa. I just wanted to put that out there. We're gonna move on because I don't want Fee to have to keep seeing and hearing this. Because like I said, I didn't even know she didn't know. So, like I was saying, everybody's titled to opinion. Thank you so much, Miss Kawana, for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Janice. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss I just jumped. Who said that? Yes, ma'am, Miss Regina. Upper echelon, yes. Pretty much that's what they're saying. That's where it comes from. Yes, Miss Patricia. Yes. Hello to all the divas coming in. Welcome. Hello, you all. Welcome, welcome. Sorry if I missed anyone. Welcome you all. Yes, we love you, Fee. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Miss Ann. Yes, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. So anyone who's dealing with anything, God knew you were strong enough to deal with it. And that's where we're gonna leave that right there. Just know God sits high and he definitely looks low and he ain't pleased. He is not pleased whatsoever. And I'm not here to have church, but he ain't pleased. Okay, so let's get into these hypocritical thoughts. First, I have a question for. Thank you so much, Leo, girl. Thank you. I have a question for the subs. They over here telling people they should stay out of stuff, but did they stay out of it? Are they not the ones carrying the bone all over YouTube? Thank you, Miss Nene. Thank you, T Love. Are they not the ones carrying the bone back and forth all over YouTube? But yet they ask us, how come we didn't stay out of it? Hmm. That's something they need to go sit and think about. They're not staying out of it because they're in the chats running their mouth like everybody else. Thank you, unapologetically, Stephanie. Hello. Missed you as well. No, Miss Jackie, he's not. Absolutely not. So let's start with these things, because that's what they are. The first one that I heard is the bank account that holds the sister circle money is not in Miss Ross' name. Okay, let's think about this for a second. If that bank account is not in Miss Ross' name, how does she get in that car on live, on live, people, on live, drive to the bank, get out of her car, go into the bank, pull out her bank card, and ask to withdraw the money that was in the account? They told her she could only withdraw 5,000 a day. She said, "Okay, let me have the 5,000, but before you give me the 5,000, can you please go back and print me a receipt with what's in the account as a total?" Now let's go back. Miss Ross' name is not on the bank account. It's in her daughter's name. Hello, Miss Gina. Welcome. Come on in. Welcome. That's what's going all over YouTube. Now let's stop and take our feelings out of it that we don't care for Miss Ross people, these people who don't care for her and don't know why they don't care for her. They don't care for her because they're trying to be loyal to the person that they follow who don't care for her, whoever that may be. That the bank account's not in her name. Well, people, if you stop and use common sense, you cannot go into a bank and blurt out somebody's name and say, "Give me what's in their bank account." I don't care if the thing ain't in her name. She's an authorized user on the account, either or. For her to have access to that account, she have to be on the account. So are we thinking of her from a jealous point of view, a hateful point of view, I don't care point of view. I just want to start some shit point of view. Are we thinking with a level head with common sense? There's no way she could have gone into that bank. I don't care what account it was in. I don't care whose money it was in. She couldn't have gone into that bank and broke and pulled out any money out of any account that her name was not on. So we can dead that right here, right now. Done. Done. There's no way possible. If it's in her daughter's name, so what? That means she's an authorized user on the account. So anything that falls back on her daughter is going to fall back on her because they're both on the account. Since we want to entertain that, because I don't believe that. I believe it's her account and her name only. Why would she need her daughter to put something in her name that her name is still going to be on? Why? Why go through that? Let me say that again. There's no way humanly possible that Miss Ross' name is not somewhere on that account for her to be able to go in there on live. We all seen it. Go into that bank and take out that money. Thank you, Miss Janice. So right here, right now, 11:16 p.m. Let's dead that. It absolutely makes no sense. No sense. Let's move on because y'all know I went and did research. Okay, some of this stuff that I'm going to speak on, I did my research on it. I have a friend who is a bank manager, and I spoke with her. Okay, so some of the things I'm going to tell you, believe it. You can call one to a bank and ask yourself. The next thing, did you all people who put money into this Christmas fund, whether you put it in as a due or you put it in as a donation, did you give it freely? Or did Miss Ross come and put gun to all of y'all heads one by one? Thank you, Miss Kiss by the Sun. Yes, Miss Andrea, wait for it. It definitely is federal. Now, did you give the money freely? You cannot claim fraud and or scam if you gave it freely. Enough with the shenanigans. Let me give y'all a paint a picture here. I go into the local convenience store and I say, give me a ticket. I want to play number 111 for Saturday night's drawing. I get my ticket. I go on about my business. Now, mind you, I'm buying this ticket. Let's say I'm buying this ticket on Monday. The drawing is on Saturday. I get in there and I get my ticket and I go on about my business. I decide on Wednesday that I no longer think that I might have a chance of winning this lottery on Saturday. So I decide to go back to the store and ask them to give me a refund. Absolutely not. You don't get to pick and choose when you give something freely for you to get it back. Now, for the ones who maybe don't play the lottery and don't know nothing about that, let me use another one. I'm going into the Walmart on Christmas time, and I see the Salvation Army Santa standing outside. Thank you, Miss Sandra. I see the Salvation Army Santa standing outside, and I decide at that very moment that I wanted to give them $20 donation. Donation. I drop it in the pot. The pot is locked. Santa can't even get in there to get it out. I go on in the store and I go shopping and I have to come back 2 weeks later because I need to re up on my grocery. And I see Santa standing out there again and I go up to him and I say, Santa, I want my money back. Santa say, why? Oh, I just don't feel the same way about you standing up here in that beard as I did last week, 2 weeks ago. Can I get my money back? Absolutely not. Aaliyah, yes, I'm only, see, that's the problem. Here you come asking me, do I see anything wrong? I'm talking about the narratives. It has not, it happens to be all about Ross because that's what they are. I'm not speaking on anyone at this present time, but here you come. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I'm gonna leave you here so you can answer me because so I can get a better understanding. What do you mean by that? Do I see any wrong? We're talking about the narrative that's being painted. It has nothing to do with anybody. It just happens to be about Riss Ross at the moment because the narratives are being painted about her. Moving on. So I asked Santa, Santa, can I get my money back? Because it just looked like you're crooked because your beard ain't sitting straight this week. I think your eyes changed. I don't think your gloves is white enough for me this week. So I think you're crooked. So get in that pot, Santa, and give me my donation back. Well, ma'am, I can't give you no donation back. Why do you want your donation back? Write to the Salvation Army and tell them you want a donation back. But make sure you have a good enough reason as to why you want your donation back. Okay? People, please understand me. You can't get it back once it's given. It was just that, a donation or a due. But let me stop right here for a minute because I keep using the word donation and due. We all know what a donation is. When you give it, it ain't coming back. Okay? So y'all want to stop using the word donation and then y'all want to, yes, come on. Exactly. Miss Keisha, you can't. Now let's use the word, okay. Miss Ross told y'all to pay a due. The due was still for the Christmas fund from what I'm getting from what people are saying. She just used the word due. So let's entertain that for a minute. That's okay, Miss Murray. Don't even worry about it because I want to know what she say and what she do because I do not. I promise you, I don't go look at her anymore. Thank you so much, Miss Tasha. So let's use the word do. We're gonna entertain that. Let me let y'all know something about the dues. I know for a fact through contact with Facebook that it's okay for her to be monetized and have a group and collect dues. No harm done. She can't get in trouble for it. Okay, let me just put that out there. No, 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 Miss Lavina. I didn't say she did. I said we're going to entertain it for a minute because I want to bring a point. We're going to entertain it. I don't know what she said because I'm not in the group, but I'm gonna entertain the dues for a minute, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm entertaining it. If she said dues, it's still okay because if you paid your due for just say the month of August, the month of August I paid for my dues for August. If I was in that group for the whole month of August, my due was paid for that, and I cannot get it back because I stayed the whole month. It's just like paying your rent. And you decide at the end of the month, I'm not staying here no more. I'm moving. Give me my rent money back. You cannot do it. You can't do it. It's not possible. If you was in that group for that month that you paid that due, you cannot get it back. If it was, in fact, dues. I don't know which one it was because I've been hearing both. So I used both analogies, dues and donations. Okay, it's gone. Get over it. I wouldn't have even had that headache. I would have just said absolutely not and let it go because you didn't feel that way about me the day before when you freely gave me your money. The thing started in June, I believe, and you was freely giving me your money until this fallout happened, and then all of a sudden y'all hate me so much, y'all want your money back. But did you ever trust me from the get go because you gave me your money without me holding a gun to your head freely? And I believe that, Miss Patricia, I believe that. I never did, Miss Jackie. Thank you. I'm not speaking on anyone tonight. I'm speaking on these allegations that's out here. Not speaking on nobody. I'm speaking of these things. Yes, Leo girl. So let's move on to the next one. Things that were bought with the funds. Now, from my understanding from listening to Miss Ross, she said it wasn't too many people. I honestly don't remember. So you know I'm not gonna put that out there. She said everybody did not contribute to the Christmas fund. She also said that some people, I heard that some people who were 65 and older were exempt from having to pay for the Christmas fund. So that takes a lot of people out. They said there's 2,700 people in the group, I think, at that time. But I don't honestly believe that 2,700 people were paid because, as you can see right now, what's going on, a lot of those people were only in there for um, the wrong reasons. So I don't think they would have donated anything, in my opinion, to anybody for anything. Okay, so we can take that number down quite a bit. But let's play with whatever she did receive. She has about $9,000 in a bank account. So let's think about it. June, July, August. We can only count June, July, and August, honestly, for people who paid, unless they paid their $30 all the way up front. Okay, Miss Aaliyah, you have a good night. Um, unless they paid their $30, I believe it is, up front, then that means they're still paying $5 a month, correct? If you didn't pay your $30 up front, you're paying $5 per month. Okay. So with that being said, this stuff started happening in what, September, end of September or something. So maybe it's paid up till September. So let's go June, July, August, and September, 4 months. Have October and November that some people have not paid for yet. So you can't factor in that money to make up for the money that y'all claim she got so much of. The numbers that was being put out here was so outrageous. I'm like, everybody, I'm sure, did not pay their $30 up front for the whole 6 months. So if they didn't pay their money up front for the whole 6 months, how can you calculate how much money it is? There's no way you can calculate how much money it is if you don't know if everybody, how many people paid and how much they paid. So where's the calculations coming from? Yeah, if you add 2,700 people times $30, yes, that's a lot of money. Yes. But guess what? It wasn't 2,700 people. And everybody probably ain't even paid up because they don't have to technically finish paying until November. We just in October. When this was going on, it was September, beginning of October. Like, I don't understand. Help me to understand. Help me to understand. Because I want to get an understanding so I'm not out here looking crazy. I'm asking a question. It, to me, in my opinion, and I'm entitled to it, it doesn't add up and it doesn't make sense. Come on, Miss Leslie, say it. Exactly. Miss Patricia, that's what I'm saying. We don't know how much these people actually paid. We don't know how many people paid. Only Ross knows that. Only she knows that. So with that number that was being spread around here, that's there go the first problem. Everybody thought that number was so extremely high that Miss Ross had all that money and she was just out here. Okay, yeah, Miss Sandra, that's what I thought. $30 altogether. and being paid either in a lump sum or installments until November, right? But they heard this large amount and they started running with the narrative that Miss Ross, um, okay, hold on, I just seen somebody say that. Okay, Miss Cassie, understood, understood. Everybody did not participate. So, with this big, large amount of money that was being thrown around, everybody said, "Woo, oh, she out here living it up." For a minute, because what I seen at the time that Miss Ross was doing whatever she was doing, getting her car and stuff like that, Miss Ross also came on here and she showed the money that she was making from YouTube. So did her YouTube check just disappear? Because she had enough money on her YouTube check to put down a down payment on a car and buy any goddamn thing she wanted. Because she makes good money. And that ain't even to take up for her, is what she showed. Oh, I'm taking up for Miss Ross because I'm saying I seen it, and so taking up for nobody is using common sense, people. Thank you, Miss Misunderstood. Okay, see, here's another one. I didn't pay my money, my full total up front. But when they heard that amount, it made them go crazy. Miss Ross ain't got, if she do have it, it's her own money. She didn't get that type of money from that sister circle. I wouldn't believe it unless she got on here and showed it to me herself. Now, what I do know, and I can say she has, is the money she makes from YouTube because she showed it. I think y'all forget that she has a job that she gets a check from. She had 10 plus $1,000 on YouTube. Let's keep it real. And then she gets paid on Facebook too. What 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 do y'all think? What are y'all missing? And a lot of people, I don't think, watch everybody the way they should. If somebody is saying something, go watch it for yourself so you can see. Because that's normally what I tend to do. If somebody is saying something and it's unbelievable to me, I will go watch and see for myself so I can make my own judgment. I'm not going to sit and listen to what somebody says because I don't know if it's coming from a heart, a hated place with a hateful heart, or how it's coming. Yeah, yeah, Fee, wait a minute, I'm getting to it. Yeah. Now, when I say she had enough money off that check to go put down on any car she wanted, but guess what? She also showed us that she went to the dealership, she went to the bank, she had to go get the something about the car, the title, whatever she had to go get fixed or whatever. She owned that car she had. She been told us that she owned that car and paid it off. She told us how she got that car and why she paid it off and how she got it. This has all been said before. That's why I say the narratives that are being painted have already been told before they were even painted. She had another car. She sold that car. She said she got $14,000 for the car. She took 10 of it and put it down on her new car. And she was going to pay double to get it paid off. That's what I heard. That's what she showed me. She showed all of us. So therefore, she did not have to use her YouTube money, her check. She didn't have to use her Facebook money. So she's still sitting on a pretty penny just that month in itself when she got that big ass check from YouTube. So she has money. I don't know what she has from her job, and I'm not in her pocket, but I know what she showed me on YouTube, and that's enough. So for me, not even to speak on her if she got a job, if she work or she don't. Thank you, Miss Charlene. So I don't understand when you're saying she has so much money that she's acting so brand new now and she's spending all the money. I don't, whether I was cool with Miss Ross or not, it's nobody going to make me believe that that is the truth when I've seen for myself what is the truth. You cannot sit over here and say, "Oh, you only saying that because you're taking up for her." No, I'm saying with my eye, what my eyes seen, and I don't understand why y'all don't. Are y'all just being messy because you're trying to be loyal? You don't have to be loyal to be, to somebody and do somebody else like that in the long run. If you don't like somebody or care for somebody else, then just don't care for them. But you don't have to run around with the mess back and forth, back and forth, back and forth because it don't make sense. Doing it because it doesn't make sense. Now let's talk about what the money was used for. That's okay, Miss Nene. They don't have to. Hopefully somebody will. Hopefully somebody will. Miss Kiss by the Sun, that's what I'm saying. I don't know exactly who said, I don't know what she said over there, that person, because after I was told to get the hell on, I got the hell on. I'm gonna say, be honest, I heard all this stuff, majority of this stuff from over on CC channel. I heard it coming from CC's mouth. And then I went around and I started seeing it and hearing it on everybody else's platform. And I'm like, wow, look how the truth, the truth won't spread, but a lie will. The truth does not spread, but a lie will. A lie don't care who tell it, as long as it's being told. Because I hear no being spreaded between channels, but I hear a lot of lies. I hear a lot of lies. And like I said, I don't know if I can say, oh, they're jealous of her. I'm not going to say that out of my mouth because how can you be jealous of someone you don't know? I don't know what the word jealousy means because I don't have a jealous bone in my body. So I can't say that. Now, do I think you're being spiteful? Maybe, yeah. Jealous? I don't know. Because I can understand what you could be jealous of. I don't get it. What we can be jealous of somebody on the internet. I don't understand. Yes, fire. Yes. My point exactly. Now, let's talk about the things that they claim were bought with this money. First, they said college tuition for dating, a big truck or a motorcycle for big Myron. Miss Ross got a new car. She got diamonds around her neck. And then the last thing, Day Day got a private room. L- Let me run that down one more time. With this money that she's stealing from the sister circle, she got college tuition for Day Day, a big truck or a motorcycle for Big Myron, her a new car, diamonds, and Day Day a private room. Now that's a hell of a lot of money to do all that stuff with, and I don't think that 2,700 people at $30 a person would even be able to afford all that. Yes, Aisha, all that. So let me go back and let me help y'all with the truth. Okay, the college. Let me start with the college tuition for dating. We all seen Miss Ross on her platform say that she was so proud of Day Day for taking the initiative to go and fill out her paperwork for financial assistance. This was way before any money came about in the sister circle for dues, donations, whatever, Christmas fund. Long before the Christmas fund came about, Day Day had filled out her paperwork to go to college. She was so proud of her. She said it on her live. So, no, again, here we are running with a narrative that ain't true. Day Day already got her college taken care of before the Christmas fund. The big truck or motorcycle from Big Myron. First of all, I've never heard Miss Ross, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, say that she had gotten back with Big Myron. I didn't hear that. And even if she did get back with him, what makes you think that he came because she got sister circle money? I mean, what is wrong with him? That he only come running to her because she got some money? Then is she going to be foolish enough to buy him a big truck or a motorcycle? Now, mind you, all of this money that she was collecting from the dues, donations for the Christmas fund. She collected majority of that on Zelle and Cash App. Do y'all know that they hold a record of every damn dollar that has came through her account? And if the feds ever pick it up, she can account for every dollar. And whoever went to the bank and tried to get their money back by saying that she scammed them, a federal case is going to be opened up on your ass too, and y'all going down if y'all don't have a legitimate excuse as to why y'all asked for a refund, saying that lady scammed you when the Christmas donation, the Christmas thing hasn't even came up yet. It's not November. That was told from me to me from the horse's mouth at the bank. If again, let me say it, if again, because I heard them saying, oh, y'all should call and y'all should speak and y'all should talk to the feds and tell them that she's doing this, that, and other. Go right on ahead. Because when I tell you, trust me when I tell you, it came from the manager at the bank. If y'all call her bank and tell them what's going on, and it then becomes federal, and the feds pick it up and they look into it, and they get a copy of her Zelle, and they get a copy of her Cash App, they can account for every dollar that came through there that was for that specific thing. Because trust me, she gets other things through her Cash App. We understand that in her Zelle. But most of y'all say that, oh, I put dues on there. I put dues on there. I put donations. Okay, well then everything that has a due or a donation on it is going to be accounted for. If they do not come up with 70, 80, 90, $100,000 like y'all claiming that she made off of y'all, you better be careful. Because they said once that federal case is open, that account that sent in dues or donations. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, no names in the chat, please. I can't see it. Um, if in fact they open up a federal case on her, they are going to take her Zelle and her Cash App. They are going to add up and see who all received money. When in fact they see who received money, they're going to check into the banks of those people. And if any of those people have asked for their money back that was used as a due or a donation, and they was in that group that month and she can prove it, or if they gave it willingly and she can prove it, they will open up a fraud case on your behind too. And when they open up a fraud case on you, you have to have some legitimate excuse as to why you claim fraud on her and as to why you ask for your money back. If not, you will have a fraud case on you. That was told to me from the supervisor manager at the bank. Now, y'all don't have to believe me, but I'm just saying, watch how you put stuff on people, because I'm sure she can account for every dollar that has came through there. Cash App keeps a record of everything that come through there. I'm sure she can. But y'all out here saying that she bought all this lavish stuff with this money, and if y'all can't prove it, then y'all gonna be in a world of trouble. If the ones only for the ones who went to the bank already, and it's not November, and you went and got open up a case to get your money back, and you claimed it as being fraud and said you were scammed, you have to watch out. Because if you opened up that case and they gave you your money back and you claim fraud, scam, you came up for November, if it's open before then, y'all will be in a world of trouble. So tread lightly. Tread lightly. Now, like I said, porcelain doll, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Because I mean, it's common sense. Now, that Diamond D, I understand. And I don't even have to tell them nothing because what's done is already done. If they continue on and the fraud cases open up, they didn't already ask for that. They didn't already. Majority of them in that chat was saying, "I already went to the bank and got my money back," so they already in trouble. They better hope to God it ain't no fraud case get opened up on it like they trying to do, because they all going down, and she gonna be standing tall, and they gonna be going down because she can account for every dollar that came through there through her cash app. She could go right now and request a record from Cash App and tell y'all how much money came through there if she wants to. But guess what? She don't have to, so she ain't doing it. Miss Ross ain't nobody's dummy. She can pull. She don't even have to make a chart or anything else if she don't want to. She can pull a record from Cash App right now, and they will send her her transactions. She can add it up with a calculator off of there how much money came through there. So I mean, y'all really need to stop and think. Because, like I said, this ain't taking up for people. This is speaking facts. Y'all don't stop and think before y'all do crazy stuff. It makes no sense. If you didn't like what was going on in you and you no longer care for her, then just move on. It was a donation. You gave it from the heart. Let it go to somebody who still need it, because y'all don't know if somebody really need it or not. Wait and see for November who gets it and what happens. But chop it up as a loss and keep it moving. It was no reason for y'all for her to get attacked like that over money that y'all gave freely. And when you gave it, I thought you was giving it from a good place. I mean, you have to know that that's just what it is. No other. Now we done already talked about how she got her new car. No need to talk about that. Let's talk about Day Day in a private room. Again, here we go. Loud and wrong, loud and wrong. Let's get on what Day Day's doing. Miss Ross got on live. She backed up a pickup truck that she rented from a U-Haul place. We seen it in her driveway. We seen it sitting there. She backed the U-Haul up and she loaded up Day Day stuff. Off to college we going. Yay, come on, we going to take Day Day to college. Oh, everybody's excited for Day Day. We rooting for you. Come on, come on. Come on, Day Day. Miss Ross getting there, she bopping along down the highway, she getting it. She excited to drop Day Day off at college. Fine. Boom, bam, here we go. Day Day at college. Miss Rawson went on back home. She done got on live. She done told us, I miss my baby. She know it's gonna be hard for me. Okay, woo woo. Next, here comes Day Day on her live, and she tells us, "Oh, you guys, I'm here. I gotta get used to it. I want me a hot plate because I don't want to eat this food. I'm tired of eating this carry out. Woo woo woo." Understandable. She wanted to cook her some food up in there. Misunderstood. I'm coming on. I'm bringing it on home. Wait a minute, honey. I'm coming. So Day Day in there, and the only complaint she had was she wanted Miss Ross. Wait a minute. I got the story, honey. I'm coming with it. Day Day wanted her a hot plate so she could cook her a meal. We told Day Day, the girl, don't you do that. You're gonna get in trouble. She said, I know, okay. So we in Day Day's room and she's decorating and she's showing us around and she's like, yeah, they was like, Day Day, do you have a roommate? She said someone is supposed to come, but they haven't showed up yet. Now, mind you, this is when Day Day first moved there. Day Day, welcome Riri, better late than never, darling. Day Day has her room, the same room we watched her sit there and put up her stuff in her room. She still to this day has the same room she moved into. She said that in her dorm, there's a common area and then there's three separate rooms off from each other. She was the one that ended up not having a roommate because the girl never showed up. Okay? So no, she didn't get a private room. No, she didn't move anywhere. She's still in her room with whatever money was used to get her in the room when she first went to college. Okay, so we can dead that. Day Day don't have Day Day has a private room, but she's had the same room that she's had since she went to college. It just so happened that the roommate didn't come. Okay, so no, the Christmas fund didn't pay for Day Day's room. No, ma'am, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Then we go on to say, oh, Miss Ross was hiding some of the money. Again, we didn't already pretty much cover that because, like I said, Cash App and Venmo keep a record of everything coming and going. So we don't even have to address that. Then I heard that she's been collecting money since January. Yeah, probably her she's been collecting money on her page as in, the same thing they give all of us. The little things at the top of the screen. What is it? The little I done forgot that quick. Y'all know the little monetary things y'all can give us or whatever. She gets them all the time. So yeah, she's been collecting that. They give it to us all. We all get it. When somebody feels inspired to want to give us a super sticker, there those super stickers, super chat, they give it to us. So yeah, she's been collecting that, but she hasn't not been collecting for no what you call. Thank you, Fee. I couldn't get it out. She hasn't been collecting money for no Christmas fund since January. That's a whole lot. Thank y'all. I couldn't get it out. Ooh, they got me hot. So we done with that. Now, another thing that was really hurtful is I don't really want to touch on it, but I'm gonna touch on it lightly. So let's not dwell on it when I say it, you all. Let's just say it and move on. Miss Ross kids. I'm not gonna talk about the god awful things that are being said about Mac Myron. In my eyes, he's. I want to say one quick thing about Juju. I heard the narrative being spun that Juju was over there at the party that night, and like I said, I'm gonna touch on it real quick and go. So y'all don't dwell on it because Miss Ross is here. Don't dwell on it. That Juju was beating the girl. That's how it started. Let me say this. Do you honestly think that if Juju was over there beating on that girl, that he would not have gotten shot by the person who had the gun at the party the whole time, who happened to be so, I'm not even going to say the word, that he happened to hurt his brother when he got there and take his brother's life? Don't y'all think that they would have took Juju's life for beating on that girl? Now, the sad is this is I had to say it because I don't understand. At this point, you're just saying anything. Nowhere in that article did they say that Juju was beating on anybody. Juju, it got off. He is free. He don't have nothing holding over top of him because it was self-defense. It says it in the article. Reading is fundamental. Reading is fundamental, people. It's a sad situation, and I don't like to talk on it because remember last time I spoke on it, I got emotional. It's hard for me to speak on. But like I said, reading is fundamental. Go read the article. He was defending the rest of his family, as in his nieces, who were in the car. Y'all keep saying y'all don't know if people was in the car. Well, the article said they were. And like I said, y'all keep saying that he had a gun. He didn't have a gun. It clearly states that he picked up the one that the fool dropped, who was shooting at them. He picked it up and defended himself because they had shot his brother. See, Miss Vicky, I didn't hear her saying it. See how I say stuff travels? Because I didn't get this off of her page. I got this from over there with Cece and them because I don't go and watch her anymore. I got this from Cece. So if y'all are telling me that this is being said somewhere else, this is where it's traveling from. See how it's traveling all over YouTube? That's what I'm trying to get at. You have to read before you go running around putting bad vibes on people. That article, I seen it for myself. It was self defense. That's why he has nothing going on right now. And if I'm not mistaken, it's the stepfather who's locked up because he's the one that did the shooting. And then he ran, and then Juju picked up the weapon, and he defended his nieces and then would not get hurt. And he probably wasn't even his right mind at the point. He just knew he had to do something because his brother was over there deceased, and his nieces was in the car with nobody to protect them. So stop it. Read. Stop putting that on that boy. He's dealing with enough, I'm sure. He had to see his brother come to pick him up and not make it past the outside of the car with his pajamas on because Miss Ross said the poor boy had his pajamas on when they shot him down in cold blood. Don't get me started. Y'all need to stop. He wasn't a problem. He asked for his brother to pick him up, and that's what happened. That article says that them people was out of control there. It never once said anything about Juju being out of control, fighting anybody or doing anything else. It said that he defended his family. Y'all need to stop. Enough. Let that boy have a chance at life. They took his brother's life. Why y'all putting that out on him? He did nothing wrong. Nothing. It just so happened that it happened that way. And it's sad that it happened that way. But did y'all forget he had to stand there and watch that happen? Did y'all forget that? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He didn't go there causing trouble. He knew it was trouble coming, so he called for a ride home. His brother didn't know he was coming there and they was going to do that to him. It says it in the paper. Just leave him alone. They got enough to deal with over there. Y'all are trying to hurt her so bad because y'all know it's about that time. That's why I didn't want to talk about it. It's coming up on the time. She got enough to go through, and y'all are tearing her other son down now as if he did something wrong. He did absolutely nothing wrong. And I wouldn't care if Miss Ross got up here and told it or not. I read it for myself. He did nothing wrong. That's why he is a free man today. If he had all them records that y'all claimed he got and this, that, and other, he was a problem child, they would have still been holding him questioning to see if he was doing something he had no business. But clearly, that was not the case. He was in and out of there. No questions asked after the fact. It's absolutely okay, Miss Ross. It's absolutely ridiculous. He clearly wasn't a problem child. Because if he had a record, it would have been a little more harder to convince or for them to see that he did something wrong or right. I mean, wrong or right, whatever he did. But they clearly know it to be a fact that that man was defending his family. So it's one thing that y'all are fighting with each other, but to bring all the innocent kids into it, to speak so disgusting on death, my God. That's why I couldn't put my mouth in it because I don't want no parts of it. Only you will be judged for your actions in the end by yourself. Each one of us are going to be judged in the end for our own actions. And I don't want that on me. Yes, Miss Shirley. But he didn't have it wasn't his weapon that he had. He didn't have a weapon on him. He picked up a weapon off the ground that those people dropped while they were running away, trying to get away after they shot his brother. They neither one of them were said in that article to have a weapon. They said the weapon was dropped when the people shot his brother and ran, and he picked it up and he shot back in defense, is what it said. And that's all I'm gonna say about it because that's all it said. That's all it said. And like I said, I don't want no parts of that. Miss Ross, I believe you because it never once said that that man had any kind of record whatsoever. And the way they painted out to be that he's been a problem child all his life and he's this, that, and other. And I didn't see that when I read up on it. I didn't see that. They put everything, especially in a case like that, they will put all your business in the street. It never once said anything about him being any kind of way other than in self-defense, is what it said. That's all it said. And like I said, it may be all ha ha and hee hee right now to some people, but it won't be in the end because everybody is judged for their own sins. Everybody. Just know that when Miss D gets to them pearly gates, I won't have that on me to be worried about trying to defend because you will never hear me get up on here and talk about anybody in a nasty, hateful way ever because that ain't who I am. And I ain't going to change for YouTube. I've heard a lot of people come at me and talk shit about me, but guess what? And let me put that out here. It ain't what you call me, it's what I answer to. And if you notice, I don't answer because you can call me what you want. If I know that I'm not that, ain't no need for me to respond. Let me tell you something I've always said as a young and growing up. Because I heard myself being called, or somebody came in my chat and told me that I was being called a bitch. And you know what I said? I am a bitch, a beautiful individual taking care of herself. My grandma always told me, don't worry about what they call you, just as long as they don't call you late for dinner. It doesn't matter. Just know when you come for me, I will not respond because it's not what you call me, is what I answer to. That's it and that's all. And I'm gonna leave it just like that because I have every right to get on here just as well as everybody else to come on here and speak my opinion or whatever I want to speak on my platform. Just know you don't have to worry about coming after Miss D because I don't speak ill on anybody. So if y'all come at me, it's because that's the hate that y'all have in your heart. Because I've never done anything wrong to anybody on this platform at all. At all. And I never will. So it just shows who you are. Because I will not, and I promise you, I will not attack back. Now let me sip me a little water and get back to what I was saying. I had to take it there. Had to take it there. Now these are some questions I have for these people. Now I'm gonna tell you too. What Let me tell you this too. Now for some people, like I said, I've never done anything wrong for anybody to dislike me. So if they dislike me, it's for their own. It's within their self because I haven't done anything wrong. So I mean, I'm not for sure if my spirit irritates their demons or what it could be. I'm not for sure because nobody can ever say, "Oh, Miss D over there talking about people. She do this, that, and other. She cuss people out. She get on here and act a fool." No, I don't. No, I don't. I just come on here as much as I can for my supporters and talk to them. That's it. And that's all. And I'm gonna try my hardest to come more often. But will I come and act a fool For a dollar? Absolutely not. Because it ain't me. I wouldn't even know how to get up here and act like that because it's not me. Now, and I used to act up back in the day, don't get me wrong, but I am grown now with a family of my own. And I couldn't picture myself getting up on here acting like a child. So, with that being said, we are moving along. The next thing that I didn't care for, oh, this goes into, I should have just kept it on going, but this is the next thing, and we're going to leave it again. I don't understand if you live in Cali, you can't have a favorite color that's either red or blue. Because if you do, you're in the game. That boy loved red. That was his favorite color, but because of it, he was classified as a gang member. Not by anybody in California, not by the news, not by his mother, not by his family, but by YouTube. Makes no sense. So if he was wearing blue at his funeral, because that would have been his favorite color, would he still have been in the game? What if he was wearing yellow? What if he was wearing black? The point I'm trying to make here is it doesn't matter. Thank you so much, K Love. It doesn't matter what color he was wearing. Y'all are only saying that because he lived in California. Because a lot of people's colors are red. Favorite color may be red, but they might not live in California. Are they in a gang too? Are they in a gang? Is all I want to know. If y'all can tell me yes, then maybe I have a little bit of more understanding. Because right now it makes no sense to me just because that poor man lived in California and he loved red that he was a gang, was in a gang, excuse me. I don't get it. I really don't get it. But we're going to leave it just like that. Now, these are the facts that I came up and bringing out. I don't understand how y'all trusted Miss Ross with your money at first and never questioned her whatsoever until this unfortunate situation happened. And now her integrity is being questioned, her morals are being questioned, her parenting is being questioned, her spirit is being questioned, her soul is being questioned, her religion is being questioned, her livelihood is being questioned, her love life is being questioned, and the list goes on and on. Everything about that woman is being questioned over a fallout. But y'all trusted her and y'all loved on her and y'all did everything under the sun. Miss Ross, Miss Ross, Miss Ross. Every Friday night you was at Girl Talk Friday. You was sending super stickers and super chats. You was sending cash apps. You was donating to the fund of anything and everything. And y'all come and said that people pick sides. I never picked a side at all. I just spoke and I spoke on both sides of the situation. And when I spoke on it, I was told to get the hell on. And that's exactly what I did. I had never unsubscribed from either or none of that. Was still listening and all that. The reason why I was in comment is because people had so much to say about Miss D. But I always know when I ain't welcome somewhere, I don't go. That's what made me get to the point that I'm at today. I was told to leave because I had an opinion. I don't know why y'all left. And I don't know why everything about her is questioned now when it was never questioned from the get go. So, my question to y'all is how did you really feel about the woman from the get go? Because I don't see how you could be that close to somebody one day and absolutely hate them the next. It don't make sense to me. When I'm genuine to somebody, I am genuine. If we happen to have a disagreement, we disagree to disagree and we keep it moving. I have had a friend, my best friend. I've been friends with her ever since we were 14. And still to this day, she's my best friend. I'm her child's godmother. We go through our fights and arguments and we don't speak for weeks or maybe a month or so until one of us, and it's normally me because I'm always the peacemaker. We'll be hit her, just hit her up and be like, how you doing? Because she's a stubborn somebody. But I don't love her no less. I don't love her any less because we don't agree on everything. Because if we agreed on everything, it would be fake because you can't, no two people are alike. I don't even care if you're twins. No two people are alike. No friendship, relationship, family ship, anything is completely good. There's always going to be problems, but you learn to deal with them and you get a better understanding when you get older how to deal a little better than you do when you're younger and you lose friendships. When you get older, you know how to cope. When me and my friend fall out, I look at my husband, I be like, oh, she got her ass on the back again. I ain't paying her no attention. He be like, y'all need to stop it. And we keep it moving. And like I said, I'll give her time to cool off and I'll hit her up and be like, how you doing? It's no need for all this stuff. No need. I just don't understand. And like I said, I was blindsided with the whole situation because I tried to stay. I didn't gonna say I stayed out of it because I spoke my opinion on it, but I tried to stay neutral and see it from both sides. But when somebody tell me to get the hell on, honey, I'm getting the hell on. Because then at that point I know I'm not welcome. But I don't understand how y'all was so, not saying y'all was in love with her. We were just all on one accord. We were going to Girl Talk Friday. Everybody was in the chat. Her super stickers ringing. Y'all see how they love on Miss Ross and the money that be flying up there? And it's her business. And whoever, we can't tell nobody who to love on us. People decide who they want to love on. And that's okay. Ain't nobody in a competition. Miss Ross been on here longer than all of us, so she has over, what is it, 13,000 people? Of course she's gonna get more than somebody else. She's been here longer. I get love all the time. And I appreciate it. I get love when I'm not even on here. I had somebody, I'm not gonna call her name, a couple weeks ago send me money and say, Miss D, get you a coffee just because. Genuine. She ain't had to do that. Do it. But these show you these genuine type of people. But everybody was so genuine to Miss Ross at first, and then when the fallout came, she won't shit. When the fallout came, Miss D won't shit. But I was the same one that was sitting there, and y'all was saying, "Oh, Miss D, we so appreciate you for being the calm to the storm." And then as soon as the fallout came, I won't shit. How do you go from that? How do you turn off it? Love, friendship, situationships? You can't turn it off and on like a light switch. It don't work like that. How did it happen? Somebody please point me in the right direction. Please. Yeah, Miss Porcelain Dog, he does. He be looking like, oh, not again. Block Wanda. Okay, let me see if I can find her. Can somebody help me? Miss Wanda, I'll be that too. I'll be whatever you want me to be, darling. You have a good night. Whatever y'all want me to be, I'm gonna be it. Like I said, I'm speaking on everybody. She talking to me, Miss Dawn. I'll be whatever she want me to be. Like I told y'all, it ain't what you call me, it's what I answer to. I'll be that. But I'm just really trying to figure out how do you turn it off like a light switch? Like I said, I felt so bad that the situation arose that I tried to stay neutral and tried to see both sides of it and try to help it. I actually came and tried to fix the situation because a lot of people were asking me, Miss D, can you please? You normally go, you usually the calm to the storm. Can you please go help and try to fix it? And that's what I did. I said what happened on both sides and what was right and what was wrong. I said that. And it wasn't reciprocated, but from one side. But now I'm the worst person ever. But I was only doing what I thought that was the appropriate thing to try to help to rectify the situation to make it right because we all were just so cool. And then my next question, if the fallout never happened, would y'all have continued to pay? Yes. You all would have continued to send your money if you hadn't sent it all already. You would have continued to send your money until it was all paid and chances of getting a reward in the end. That's the part I don't understand. Yeah, misunderstood. Don't worry about them. You know what I'm saying? Because in the end, I'll go back and I'll just block people. It's fine. Don't worry about them. Let them stay. Let them stay. But in the end, it's sad that it had to go, it had to be this way. And like I said, still to this day, it's hard to take all in. It's really hard to take in because I don't operate like that. So it was like a shock to me, a whole shock. Telling it all exactly. Like what? I, that's why I say, somebody please help me to understand how that works. How does that work? Because and if that's being, did you really like her from the get go or what? Because it's ways to stay neutral and still support who you're going to support. Just be there being because probably so. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Miss Jackie, yes, it was a whole shock. Thank you, Miss Virgo. Thank you, Miss Keisha. Then I was going to touch on the CC situation, but I think I'm gonna let that ride for another one because that's a lot to talk about too. Because I can't for the life of me understand how she's sitting over there with her situation, and no, I'm not making fun of it because it's a sad situation. But at the same time, you can't sit up here and talk about nobody in that situation with that situation you got going on. You just can't. Unapologetically, Stephanie, probably so. At this point, I'm starting to wonder. Thank you so much, Miss Marilyn. I appreciate you. Thank you, darling. You always have some encouraging words. Thank you. Y'all know I really do appreciate you all. I really genuinely do. And like I said earlier, nobody please feel obligated to do anything over here for me. That is not what I'm here for. If you choose to do it out your heart, I appreciate it, but it's not, you don't have to, please. You will never hear me saying, oh, send me something. I don't even post my cash app. I don't even do that. I've been on here with y'all all this time and wasn't even monetized. I truly don't do it for monetary gain. Like I said, I did turn it back on because people were asking to be a member. This is genuine. Like I said, I'm a genuine person, and I always try to help where I can help, and that's just me in real life. It's just me in real life. I was actually in the store last week, and a guy came up to me and he asked me, and yes, he was homeless, and shaking real bad. I don't know if he had a medical condition or drugs or what have you, but it didn't stop me. He said, "Ma'am, can you buy me a coffee?" Now, I'd be a little hesitant when they ask me for money, but if they ask me for food, I'm definitely going to do it. He said, "Ma'am, can you please give me a coffee?" I said, "Absolutely." The man in front of me in the line turned around and said, "Ma'am, I don't know where you came, but it ain't many of you left." That was the nicest thing I've seen anybody do for anybody in a long time. And that's real shit. That's who I am in real life. I will give somebody the shirt off my back. I have no ill intentions for anybody. Anybody. And like I said, for the man to even have said that to me, that's how you know it's not common anymore for people to do that. It really shocked him. He had to turn around and look at me to see who was doing that. Thank you, Miss Trina. So never think that I'm coming here. Thank you so much, Miss Sharon. Thank you. Don't think I'm coming here to stir up mess, to talk down on anybody or anything. I'm only here because I feel in my heart that I maybe can help this situation. Hold on one second. I was trying to read some comments. I missed something. I'm not for sure who y'all talking about. Misunderstood. I see you say somebody's husband's locked up. Yes, Shay Shay. Yes, yes. Thank you so much. I love you all too. Thank you, Miss Janice. Some people just want good with social media. Yes, 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 Miss Kitty Lover. Yeah, that's just me. They always said I had an old soul, but I mean, I was just raised that way. Thank you, Miss Andrea. Thank you, Miss Toyetta. I was trying to see if I could catch up because y'all know I get to talking and I can't always keep up with the chat. Oh wow, Miss Sharice, I didn't even see that. Okay, I thought maybe I missed something. Misunderstood. Whose husband? Thank you, Miss Melissa. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Melissa. That's what I was saying earlier. Maybe that's what it is. Thank you, Miss Patricia. Thank you, Divas, for speaking such kind words. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone has been. Yes, Miss Gilda. Yes, Miss Lavinia. I was just hoping that I was able to shed some light on things that may be, misunderstood or confusing, or I just wanted to bring the facts of the things that I actually saw for myself to try to clear some things. And maybe, yes, the damage is always already done, but maybe it can stop it from continuing to happen just a little bit. That's what I want. Okay, Miss Carol, the join button is on my page, and if not, I put a community post up, and it has the link that you can click on. Thank you, Miss Diana. I'm trying to thank you so much, Miss Kenya. Oh my goodness, I appreciate you. Thank you and welcome. And please come back. Please. You are welcome here anytime. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. Oh yes, Miss Misunderstood. I figured it out after what I should have said something. My bad. Yeah, Miss Sharice, everybody has, maybe they might have a change of heart just so it could die down a little bit. Because if some people stop, then maybe it would just stop. Maybe it would just stop. Yes, that's what the devil does. But see, we have to rebuke them. You just rebuke them. Like I said, I never once wanted to come on here and throw religion at anybody or anything like that. But I also was, raised in the church. Thank you, Miss Laurentina. Thank you so much. I was raised in the church. My uncle was a pastor of his own church, and I've always been, spiritual in the church and things like that. But that wasn't for me to come in here and try to beat y'all down with it, because I don't know people's religion, and I'm not here for that. But it's just the God in me that's always going to shine through regardless. Okay, Fee. Okay. Thank you, Miss Ross. Thank you, Fee. Thank you. I know if it'll just be on y'all to for on y'all side to not, and let people say what they're gonna say. Because like I said earlier, it goes for you all too, Fee and Miss Ross. It's not what you're called, is what you answer to. And as long as you don't respond, that's not then that's they're not talking to you. And like I said, Divas, I will always stand for what's right. I will defend anybody in any situation if I can come with the facts about it. And if not, I'll go and do my research about it before I speak on it. Yes, Miss Juicy Fruit, yes. Yes, ladies. Encourage them. Encourage them. And like I said, y'all know I'm not here to tell anybody either what to do, what to not to do. Everybody's grown. But if I can be like, oh, now, wait a minute. We said we wasn't, then I will do that. And because they said in my chat tonight, and I'm sure they will be okay with me pulling on their coattail, I will have no problem doing it. Miss Didi, say it again. Y'all look at Miss Didi. Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you so much, Blueberry. Thank you. Yes, just stop watching. Stop. Go back to what we were doing. I honestly on Treese. I couldn't tell you what in the world Treese is doing. I ain't been able to watch anything. Good night, Trina. You have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Fee. Exactly, darling. Exactly. Unapologetically, Stephanie. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, if we've established a sisterhood or a bond over here, even though we really don't know each other, but genuine feels genuine. You know what I'm saying? So if we're saying that and we genuinely feel that that's what we are, then we should all be able to pull up on each other and accept constructive criticism when one of us are out of line. Thank you so much, Dee Dee. When one of us are out of line, we just tug on the coattail a little bit. We don't have to be nasty and mean and anything like that. Just be like, we'll find a word, hey, or something like that, just to, try to pull them back. Don't have to get on there and embarrass them or anything like that. But I honestly, yes, Miss Vanessa, yes. I honestly believe that we can, start anew. Start anew. We didn't. I didn't got off of what I was saying. Um. Oh, Miss Ross, yeah. And I'm not gonna just be doing it just because you telling me to. But remember, like you said, I know that's genuine what you're saying now because when I did do my commentary when the situation was happening, you were the only one that said I was open to accept what Miss D was saying about me, and I appreciate that because it didn't come from a bad place at all. It was really genuine. I thank you for that. Y'all still here with me, so we can, if you want me, I can move on. It's not too much more, just a few. I know we got off a little bit track, but y'all want me to continue now or come back tomorrow and continue? Yes, Miss Melinda. Okay. It's just a few more things I just wanted to, make clear so we can dead this after tonight. Oh Lord, here goes somebody. Let me see. Real versus fake. Yes, that's the whole thing. I'm not on here tonight holding either one of them up accountable or holding taking up for them or nothing like that. My commentary tonight was on these allegations. That was it, and that's all. Like I said, the reason why it seems like I'm taking up for Miss Ross, and I said that in the beginning of my life, is because all of the allegations are on her. And when I come to clear them up or try to clear them up to make sense of them, here you come saying, hold both of them accountable. We said nothing about anything of that tonight. But yet here you are. And yet y'all are the same ones telling us to leave it alone. But you're running over here in my chat telling me that I'm wrong for what I'm doing when I've done nothing wrong. I have a right to my opinion. That's it and that's all. Have a good night. Yes, Miss Shannon. If you choose, that's what you choose to do. That's what you choose to do. Yes, Miss Beverly. Thank you, Miss Misunderstood. I didn't even pay attention. Oh yeah, yep, I see it now. Okay. I just wanted to see. It's not much more, but I just want to, continue on with it, finish it up, and be done with it, just to see if it may help in any kind of way. I'm hopeful. That's all I can say. I'm hopeful. Yeah, Cassie, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand what they mean by that. I can't speak on one because then they're sitting up here saying I'm defending something. I'm not defending anything. What I'm doing is trying to unwrite the narratives that have been written. I'm unwriting them. So this stuff can stop. I'm stopping it on both ends. They're so dead set on, oh, you picked this side, so now we hate you. And they're not even stopping to see what's really going on here. They didn't even stop to go and read my comment, my community post. Didn't even stop to listen to my whole video to even see where I went with what I was talking about. I spoke on both of them, and Miss Ross came in my chat and said, or on her platform, and said, Miss D, thank you. I can accept your constructive criticism. So if she said that, that means I spoke on her too. And they are still missing that point. I was still on both sides until I was told to get the hell on. So what do y'all got to come over here and say about that? I was told to go. Then unless you're going to come over here from the other side and tell me why I should have stayed when I was told to go, then you don't have anything to come over here and say. Nothing, because I did absolutely nothing wrong to anybody. Next time you come over with why I should have stayed when I was no longer being served at that table, no longer wanting to be sat with. Tell me why I should have stayed. Until then, good night. Thank you, Miss Melinda. Yes, Miss Tina. I'm like, what am I doing wrong tonight? I ain't said nothing about nobody. I am speaking on Lord, these people need Jesus. I can't do nothing but pray for them because this is so sad and this is why the shit won't stop. Keep coming over here telling me I'm wrong for taking fast. What? You wrong for it too because you all in my chat talking about the next person and I'm not even talking about trying to stir up shit. And because you go over here talking about her, you want me to say something about her and I ain't going to do it. Yes, Miss Cassie, I did. I called both of them and said what was wrong. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm glad y'all understand that I'm not. I don't have a. Oh Lord, I ain't even going. I'm not even going to respond anymore. I can't make these people see what type of person I am. If my actions don't speak for themselves, then I can't force you to think no different of me, and I'm going to stop trying. That's it. So we're gonna move on and let them come on and say what they want to say or whatever. Oh, thank you, Miss Angela. We've been on here for about almost 2 hours, but you can always go back to the replay. Okay. My next thing was I don't understand how we all sat in the same chat day after day, week after week, however often Miss Ross came on. And we all agreed with her commentary because we was all on her page for a reason because we were all talking about the same person, all discussing the same person because we weren't talking about discussing the same person. But now all of a sudden I hear, oh, that's all she do was talk about that woman for two. But you was in the chat for 2 years listening. So who, if y'all are saying that she's wrong for speaking in it, then you just as guilty for sitting in there listening to it. You're just as guilty for sitting in the chat listening to it. You can't call out. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to make a what you call here. You can't call out somebody else's wrongdoing if you was right along doing wrong with them. How does that work? How does that work? We cannot call her out for talking about trees when we all done talked about trees. We got to pick and choose. We can't do that. It's not right. If we all talked about the same person at the same time, sat on the same page and talked about it together, you're just as guilty. Just as guilty. So why all of a sudden is it so wrong now, but it wasn't wrong then? How? Yes, Miss Mary. Yes. You can't get mad and want to dog somebody for doing the same thing you was doing. If in fact you're going to come at somebody, come at them for something that you wasn't doing as well. I couldn't dare get on here and tell anybody that they was wrong for talking about or discussing trees when I was doing the same thing. I can't. Did I start coming on here talking about trees when I first started my page? No. But have I been talking about her? Yes. So how can I go over to the next page and tell them, ooh, y'all wrong as shit for talking about that girl for 2 years? No, I can't say that. And if that makes me a hypocrite or that makes me a hater or that makes me oh, you picked this side, then so be it. Because I can't judge somebody else for doing the same thing I'm doing. I can't. No way. That would make me a hypocrite. So I just feel like, if you didn't agree with it, if you don't agree with it now, you never agreed with it. Or either you agreed with it then and now you're just saying you don't just for the like of a loyalty, and that's wrong. That's it, and that's all. Because I'm trying to figure out what is she doing different now that she wasn't doing then. Yes, Miss Laurentina. Oh, Miss Faye. Yes. Hmm. What is she doing different now than what she was doing then? Miss Johnny, yes, we all are guilty of speaking on her. Thank you, Miss Angela. I don't understand. I don't see her doing any different than what she was doing before. So as long as she's been on here and I've been sitting on that platform, even up on her panel with her while she was discussing trees, for me to turn around now and say, "Oh, I decided to go on because all she do is talk about trees." What the hell? All I did was talk about trees. Right, Cassie. We want to know what is she doing different. Thank you, Miss Melissa. Have a wonderful night. Thank you. Right, yeah, we can't answer that either, can we? They talk about her. Let me see. Outside the circle, outside the trap, everywhere. Miss Melissa, yes, yes. Like I said, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna hate anybody. I don't hate anybody anyway, whether they like me or not. I don't hate anybody. I'm not gonna dislike somebody or move away from somebody just because people want to say, "Oh, this is happening." I have to be the judge for my own self, and if I choose to stay, then I choose to stay. Like I said, at the end, I'll be judged for it just as much as she will for her own sins as well as my own if I chose to stay there and listen to it. Let's see some other stuff I was hearing. Oh, I heard her over there saying, Cece, that Day Day is too old to be in college with these teenagers. But wait a minute, because I heard Day Day on her last live that I listened to. She said her roommates were 23 and 25. And Day Day was getting dressed to go out to the club. So clearly they're old enough to go out to the club. And she said they were 23 and 25. And I don't understand why they think, oh, Day Day shouldn't be in a dorm with these kids. Well, her roommates are 23 and 25. Who cares? I applaud her for going to college because a lot of people don't do it. I don't care what age she is. And if she wanted to experience living on campus, then so be it. What's the problem? The teachers are older than the students. You see Lifetime movies all the time. And hell, it happens in real life where you see the teachers sleeping with the students. They way too old to be in the college with the kids too, but they got to be there to teach. Like some stuff, come on, come on, come on, people. Come on, come on. It's not, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I heard them say that she wanted to experience living in a dorm. So what? Her roommates are around the same age as her. Yes, Miss Janice. Miss Misunderstood exactly. Thank you, Miss Cassie. Miss Shasha, yeah. Miss Shay Shay, yes. Never too old. I mean, it's just, I mean, the stuff that's just being said is so crazy. And then, like I said, it's coming from somebody's grandmother. Like, where's the uplifting of the child? Thanking her and praising her for wanting to go back or go on campus because she's always been in college. She's already was in college, but things happened. The COVID was here, so she had to take off for 2 years. Her brother situation, so that was another year. She's had already been in college though, because I remember Miss Ross saying that she was in there doing classes at home online. I even watched Day Day go to Target and get her school supplies for online classes. Like she didn't just start college when she went this time. Like that's crazy. She wanted to go experiment. What is wrong? She had to sit back for 3 years because of sad situations. Y'all forget her mother had COVID. She was at home taking care of her mother. And then the unfortunate situation with her brother. So I mean, I don't get it. Yes, Miss Kenya, at this point, I don't get it. I mean, it shouldn't even be a topic. Like, where did it come from? Who even stops to think of stuff like that? Oh my God, Day Day is in college at 25. So what? Some doctors and stuff like that have to be in college until almost that age, if not older, depending on what field of medicine they're going into, depending on when they started, because a lot of kids don't go straight out of college. I mean, out of high school into college. They take off a year or two to get themselves whatever they may need to do, get themselves situated, whatever. Try to get the money up, try to get funding, whatever it may be. Some kids don't go. Hold on, Miss Marilyn. She probably did. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, depending on what field they go into, doctors be in there that long. Some people be in there that long because they didn't start right out of high school. It just depends. So I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. I applaud her for even going after all she's been through. She could have just said, fuck it, I ain't going. I'm done. But she didn't let it stop her. Pat that young lady on the back and tell her you're proud of her. Come on, grandma. Okay, see, Miss Stephanie? Exactly. Depending on what you going for, sometimes you in college for a long time. Okay, Miss Melissa. Exactly. Okay. Miss Melissa said her daughter's roommates were 23, 24, and 25. My daughter had a workmate in college that was 32. See, that's what I thought. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yes, be proud of Day Day. After everything her family has been through, that she even wanted to go and finish it. Like, my God. Yes, Miss Riri. Yes. She could have said enough and went on and said, I'm done, Ma. I ain't going back because of her situation. Miss Danielle. I say that myself. That's why I'm laughing. But I don't get it. Just tell her, great, good job, Day Day. After all you went through, you kept pushing on. Day Day was scared to get a vaccination to go to college. But she finally got the courage up to do that because she was determined she wanted to go. And that's all we need to talk about. Her determination. I don't care how old she is. There evidently is no limit because they let her in there, knowing how old she is. Yes, yes. Proud of you, Day Day. Proud. Yes, exactly. Now, next thing I heard over there, Miss Ross on the short-term disability, and she ain't supposed to have none of this money she making, and that's why it's in her daughter's name. First of all, you can earn money on short-term disability as long as you report the income and it does not exceed the monthly amount allocated by the SSI for your situation. Hello, Miss Arlene. Welcome. Yes, I hope Miss Ross sees so she can tell her. Again, people, they keep saying that she's doing fraud with her short-term disability. Well, she's back at work now, so that should have been dead a long time ago anyway. But even if she is on short-term disability, long-term, or whatever she's on, she can still have extra income on the side, as long as it does not exceed the monthly amount that they set aside for her. Yes, Miss Stephanie, Miss Faye. Yes, but like I said, I'm just what I honestly came up here. Like I said, I wanted to come and rewrite these narratives just for the people who maybe didn't see the correct side of this, because everybody don't go everywhere all over YouTube, but I go running around trying to get the facts before I come and speak. So I was trying to help the people who maybe haven't seen it to get a better understanding of what's really good, what's really true, and what's really not. That's all. Like I said, I'm always up to want to help somebody, and it's a curse and a blessing, but the blessings outweigh the curse part of me wanting to help. So that's what I'm doing it for. Again, she can earn money while she's on whatever disability she may be on. But like I said, all I know is, and I can only believe what she says, is she's back at work. Miss Rhonda, I'm not for sure if you're in the right place or the wrong place. I'm Miss D. It's another DJ. I'm not for sure what her channel is. I'm not for sure if you're here or want to be there. Let's see what I said. Yes, Shamar. Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Hello, Miss Katrina. Yes, Miss Valentina. I just like I said, some people may not know. I'm just here to help. So I'm just like with me here to help. Maybe it'll help to knock some of this stuff down to stop it. That's all. I just want it to stop. It's too draining and too hurtful at this point. Okay, so now I did some investigation about Facebook rules, and this is what I have about that. Ms. Ross is the owner of her YouTube group. She is monetized with over 10,000 followers on Facebook. Proud to have it. It can actually be monetized as well. Um, the question I asked was, can she charge a membership fee for her group? Because I was trying to see if, in fact, she could say dues if that was the case and it be legal. I was told absolutely she can. So she could actually be charging a membership fee in her group right now. And she can charge as much as she wants to. It's up to her. Came from the horse's mouth. Don't shoot the messenger. She can charge a membership fee so that the membership fees that she's not charging is considered pretty much the dues, and she's absolutely entitled to do that and it not be fraudulent. Because, okay, let me give an example. If y'all stop and think about it, it's no different really from the people that charge for the classes that they do that YouTube gets no money from. The promotions that they do that YouTube gets no. I mean, I'm sorry, Facebook. I'm talking about YouTube. Okay, we're talking about Facebook. Sorry. Um, it's no different from the classes that people are selling, the promotions that they're selling, the goods that they're selling, the shout outs that they sell, etc. It's no different from any of that. That money goes straight to those people's cash apps. And Facebook doesn't get a percentage of it whatsoever. So if she is charging dues, let's play with that word because that's been thrown around so much. Even if she was paying dues, it's still legal. It's still legal. And again, it's no different from the people who are on here selling classes, promotions, um, food and cakes or pies, whatever they make, and jewelry, whatever, shout outs, etc. She's done nothing wrong. So technically, she didn't have to refund any of it. You have to do your research, especially when you're running groups and stuff like that, because it's a lot of stuff she could do. She could charge every last one of them in there a membership fee if she wanted to even be in the group. Miss Shannon, who Miss Shannon? Miss Effie. I applaud anybody who can make amends to any situation. I can't speak on the other side, the party that you're speaking on, only because I've never watched them. On that on them, but I did hear about that, and I think that is wonderful that women can apologize to each other and come back together, whether they sit together or they don't. It just depends in my perspective. It just depends on how bad the fallout and stuff was. But I'm always open to an apology as a grown woman. Yes, Miss Mary. Hmm. Exactly right. Let's see. Okay, Miss Sonia. Yes. Yes, Miss Trinity. Yes, ma'am, Miss Laurentina. Miss Misunderstood. Exactly. Yep. Miss Ross said exactly. That's what I'm saying. People just running with it, and you know what I'm saying. And when you're doing that, you're defaming somebody. You have to know your facts before you go running talking about people. You have to know what you're speaking on. The next question was, can you collect money in your Facebook group? I was told. I was told because I asked the question of, can you collect money for you know, I put the word dues in there, in your group. I was told yes. Now here she goes. Okay, inclusion. If that's a no, she's doing fraud for charging it. That's why I'm speaking on it. Why are they saying that she's fraudulent for doing it? She's gone. So I asked, can you collect money in the group for like, dues for, whatever. I was told yes, it's considered a fundraiser. Money can be collected by the administrator on behalf of the group. It's called a personal fundraiser. Miss Ross had every right when she decided to collect money slash dues donations for the Christmas fund. She was allowed to. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. She was allowed to on behalf of anybody in her group. And Facebook calls it a personal fundraiser. She did nothing wrong. She cannot be held accountable or go to jail for it. And honestly, if you stop and think about it, Treese has collected money on Facebook for Christmas fund, giveaways, donations, flood victims, her own self, her children's birthdays. I mean, come on. Hell, let's go even farther. Chef Carmen. Chef Carmen collects money every time she goes to feed the homeless. She asks for donations to help her to help feed the homeless. You guys, it's no different from what Ms. Ross was doing. Absolutely nothing wrong. And I mean, let's talk about that for a minute. With Treese with the money, Treese used to have a some kind of, I forgot what the name of it is. If anybody remembers the name of Treese's group, let me know. Treese had a thing going over there, where she would take money, she would collect money from all the people in the group, and it was supposed to go into a pot. And that pot was supposed to be used for anyone who came in the and asked her for a donation from it because they needed it for something. Thank you, Miss Shannon. The struggle game. Treese had a thing called the struggle game. Couldn't remember it. All these people were donating to the struggle game, and no one ever that I seen received any money from that pot on that struggle game. And you want to know why I say that? Because they're gonna be like, "Oh, how do you know? Oh, you just had now you're talking about trees. Oh, you just no." Let me tell you how I know. Every time someone would come on Treese Live when she was having them nights, because she used to do it on like the weekend, and somebody would come up and be like, "Treese, I'm hurting and I need help to pay a bill." Uh-uh, uh-uh, I need to see some proof. I ain't giving the money to you. Nope, I ain't giving the money to you. I need you to send me your landlord's information so I can call them and check to make sure, and I'm going to send the money straight to them. That's not what you're supposed to do. First of all, Teresa ain't putting their money in that pot. That came from all of her supporters in that group that put their money into that pot to help somebody. And nobody ever got help because people did not want to give Treese their personal information. And I can't say I blame them. When she first started that, she never told people that the stipulations of that to get the money was to turn over all their personal information. So was that a scam? Was that a scam? Because we don't know if Miss Ross scammed or not because it ain't November. But I can guarantee you that Treese was scamming because I seen it for myself. Them people never got help. They did not want to give up their personal information. She was asking for all of their information. And then she was saying this shit out on live. I remember one of the people who really sent the information because they really needed the help. And Treese got on there and spoke all that woman's information on live while she was calling the woman's landlord. She told all that woman's information on live. All of it on live. I knew that we knew where the woman lived, who the landlord's name was, and everything on live. So and then nobody got help. It was a scam. Now that's what you call a scam. That's what you call a scam. We can't call anything that Ross doing over there anything until November. And I didn't want to bring Treese into it, but I had to use her as example because y'all don't seem to get it. Treese scammed. Treese, if you stop and think about it, let's stop and think. Every time Treese does a giveaway, because I kept seeing people in people's chats talking about something, y'all need to stop because Treese gives from her heart. Treese gives from her pocket. No, Treese does not. Treese always asks for help. Treese said she was going down there to help the flood victims, and she said she was only taking them water and oodles and noodles. Well, if the people don't have electricity, how the hell they gonna cook noodles? And why a millionaire only taking noodles to somebody? Why you ain't get food together and take boxes of food to each family? Oodles and noodles? Are you serious? But yet y'all want to put her on a pedestal and want to down somebody else when people are doing the same thing. Yes, Riri, she definitely did, and I seen that. She did it and she showed it. She proved it. You taking a millionaire taking somebody oodles and noodles and water, and everybody was asking you, Treese, what's the cash app so I can donate? So I'm sure nothing came out of Treese's pocket, if it a little dollar, if anything at all, because it don't take much to buy oodles and noodles and water. In my opinion, that's what you call scamming. Treese had all that stuff on her table. I remember it like it was yesterday when B was still at her house. Yeah, for the raffles and stuff. Yes. I remember when B was still there and B was and her friend was there and they was writing down the names of the people with the stuff. And B can answer this. I probably can't. But from what I can remember, they was writing the names and putting it on the stuff that they was gonna send to people. And I seen people in Chisa's chat saying, I never received my stuff. Where is it? I don't think it was ever sent out. I think she took that stuff right back to the store and got her money back. Just like she did the PlayStation 5s that nobody ever seen because all of a sudden somebody stole all these PlayStations and you never gave them out. Them people didn't get anything for Christmas after you promised them. So stop. Now, like I said, we can honestly say that Treese was scamming because we seen the end game, the end result. We ain't seen the end result for Miss Ross because it ain't November. So we can't. Now I'm gonna say this last thing and I'm gonna bring it to a wrap because it's 1 o'clock. Let's talk about what is the problem with somebody renting? I think it's 12 years, they said. What's wrong with somebody renting for 12 years? Let me tell you, a lot of people rent. A lot of people don't want the responsibility of owning. because it comes with a lot of responsibility. Some people choose to rent, and it's okay. Me, myself, I'm not going to look down on nobody who's renting for 12 years at the same place because let me tell you why. It is a blessing to be able to pay your rent on time every month for 12 years and not get evicted. Most people can't even keep up with bills. It's hard. A lot of people have to move and they get evicted and things like that because life happens. It happens. But for somebody to be able to hold it down for all them years at the same place, I got to applaud her. I have to applaud that. I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. She has kept a stable roof over her and her children's head for all that long. And a lot of people can't say that they did. A lot of people can't say that they didn't struggle and had to move or had to go to court every other month because they couldn't afford it and they was late. I don't understand. A lot of people do not want to buy a house. Miss B. Smith said it right there. I am not buying a house. I will rent till the day I pass away. Maybe Miss Ross didn't want to buy a house because all her children were about to be grown and out the house. What is she going to do with this big house? She don't need a big house when all the kids are gone. Maybe she was waiting until all her children were situated and on their own, striving in life. And maybe she was going to go buy her a condo for just her. What is the problem? What's the problem? Oh, she didn't pay the man mortgage. How you know the man even got a mortgage? Maybe he bought the house cash money and the mortgage been paid. You don't know what she paying for. But it's not, it's okay. That's the point I'm trying to make here. It's okay. She kept a stable roof over her kid's head for 12 years. And a lot of people can't say that. They've done the same. The struggle was real. Hello, Joe Green. Welcome. I just don't get it. Yes, Miss Keisha, they do. People donate for a lot of different giveaways on Facebook. That's what I'm saying, Mavada. That's what I'm saying. She was able to afford it to keep it up, to have it for that long. Miss Kitty Lover, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people know that they might not be able to keep up a house when they buy it because it comes with a lot of responsibility. So a lot of people don't even want to. Miss Kitty Lover said it cost her $800 to put in a water heater. She wished she could call a landlord. And that's the truth. Yes, upper echelon. Exactly. Well, come on, Miss Misunderstood. See, I didn't even know that. Everybody don't want a mortgage. Everybody don't want that responsibility. It's a lot of single people out here too, single women that don't own because they say they don't have a handyman, they don't have a husband to help. So it's hard on them not knowing, and they have to pay and call these men to come and fix all this stuff, and they try to take advantage because they're women. It's a lot. Okay, I see you looking, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, I don't understand. I just really don't understand. It ain't for everybody, and that's okay. But the fact that she was able to hold it down, a single mother all that time, I gotta applaud her. Exactly, Miss Laurentina. It's a lot of responsibility. Yes, Miss Beverly. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay, Miss Shannon. Yeah, I don't understand. But that was the things that I heard, divas, while scrolling along through the YouTube streets. And like I said, I just wanted to bring clarity to a few of them because either they were already told before the narrative was painted, because majority of it was already, the truth was already told before they came with the lies, and the rest of it I just cleared up for anyone who had questions. Yes, Miss Misunderstood, and a lot of people don't want that. Miss Vicky, that's the truth. And even when you do buy it, you still don't own it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Miss Ari, for watching. You have a wonderful night. Miss Brenda, say it again. It does, Miss talking it up. It does. It speaks volumes. See, Miss B? Exactly. Hello, Miss Pamela. Welcome. I have enjoyed you divas as always. I swear to you, I have. It is such a pleasure to be able to sit and chit chat it up with you all. I love you all for loving on me, for still being here for me, even though I'm not on here as much as I would like to be. Y'all don't hesitate to come when I let you know I'm coming. And I do love and appreciate you all for that. I thank you for everyone who has sent anything to me tonight. Um, I do appreciate it. I appreciate all the new members that signed up to be a member. I appreciate it. Like I said, I opened up the membership for the ones who asked, and I felt comfortable enough doing it because at this present time, starting around November, I will have a little more time on my hands because we do get a lot of, different breaks with the holidays coming up. So I'll be able to be on a little more. Um, so that'll be a good thing. I'm gonna try to come as much as I can. Um, absolutely, Miss Ross. Absolutely. I thank you all again for loving on me, and it has been wonderful. I wish you all a wonderful night and a great day tomorrow. And I will be back to talk as soon as I can. Good night, Divas.